Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. Today I have the good fortune to be with Jaryn Dominique from Deviant Digital Services. Love the name, Jaryn. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get started?
Yeah, it's kind of a long story. So I've been in the digital marketing industry for years now, basically back to like 2013. And I just started, working my way up with agencies here in Arizona, small little baby brands, and then eventually huge, big nationwide and even worldwide brands, and just learning the ins and outs. And I eventually ended up working my way up throughout the industry to becoming the digital marketing director for a nationwide marketing agency. And that was going really, really well. And then COVID hit in 2020. And as we all know, that changed a lot of things. And honestly, most people ended up canceling their traditional marketing and transitioning it over to digital. And that meant a lot of it was on my shoulders. And so that's when I tell everyone I learned what I was capable of. And I started to go out on my own. I opened up Deviant Digital Services, built my own team, and haven't looked back since. It's been nothing but success and very, very exciting.
Well, congratulations. I'm sure the longer version of that story could be in a book somewhere if it isn't already. How'd you come up with the name Deviant Digital?
Yeah, everyone likes to ask that. So I knew that I wanted the abbreviation to be DDS because, fun fact, one of the first agencies I worked for, they only worked with dentists. And so I knew dentists dominate that hashtag, they dominate that abbreviation. Obviously, the obvious answer is Dominique Digital Services, but it feels like everyone does the last name. And I'm a big fan of words that have kind of changed over time. So like, for example, I've got a book club called Virago Book Club. Virago now means an annoying woman. Back in the day, it used to mean a warrior woman. Very similarly, deviant used to mean someone who just goes their own way, someone that doesn't fit with the norm, who makes their own decisions and forges their own path. But over time, the words become more derogatory and kind of, I don't know, judged, I'd say. So I was like, no, I want to build a company that shows people they can choose their own path, that they don't have to believe a lot of the stuff that's being peddled online and, the packages that agencies try to fit you in. It's like, no, you can build a marketing strategy that fits your brand and works with you and basically forge your own path and be a deviant.
That is awesome. Who are you still primarily dental based, or are you working what type? Who's an ideal client for you?
No, I work with a lot of different people. I'm not just dental based. So originally, honestly, I thought with that name that it would be primarily breweries or, dispensaries worked with me or bands even. And I do have musicians and those kind of clients. But I was surprised to see that over time, it was actually more so lawyers and law firms and those in the medical and health industry, and actually even other agencies who want to utilize my services. And so it's actually become this big, broader, scope where it kind of shows you when you're yourself and where you're preaching to other people to be themselves and to choose their own way, they respond to that message and they want to work with you. So yeah, now I'd say my ideal clients, while I still do work with the dispensaries and small businesses and bands, I also love working with those in the health and wellness industry, people in the legal field, I always say I'm never here to convince anyone they need to do marketing. I want to work with someone who knows they want to do marketing, but they also don't want to be just doing the same thing as everyone else.
Well, that is awesome. And my marketing brain can't help it, given that you could then send direct mail from Jaryn Dominique DDS. I don't know if you do lumpy direct mail at all, but there's x-rays you could send, there's teeth there's so many things like through 3D mail that you could have fun with because you named your agency that abbreviation. Now, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you see business owners and brands making that you get to help them fix?
Oh gosh. Honestly, I think probably the biggest mistake is people think to themselves, well, I can just do this myself. Like, it's not that hard. And the answer is, of course you can. You're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, you're a very intelligent person. Look what you've accomplished. The answer isn't you can't do this yourself. The answer is, why are you doing it yourself? It took a team to get you here. You need someone that's gone the ins and outs, who knows how to speak directly to Google, which I am. I'm Google certified, I'm a Google partner, and I'm also officially on the Google exclusive research panel, which basically means Google got sick of hearing from me and they're like, fine, we're putting her on the board so we can actually improve things. But the point is you need a professional to help you and guide you along the way. And that's not a bad thing. You don't have to have time to juggle it all. Have someone who knows what they're doing come in and make the job easier for you. So I'd say that's the biggest mistake, is people thinking I should do it all. And it's like, sure, you can, but why?
Now, you're absolutely right. You wouldn't do your own brain surgery either. So let's talk a little bit about the ever-changing face of marketing. It seems like every month, every week, there's a new network, there's a new app. There is now an entire industry based around ChatGPT. How do you keep up with all of that change?
I actually love it. That's part of the reason why I committed to this industry, because no 1 month is the same. Everything's changing. Everything's keeping you on your toes. So I had to learn early on to obviously follow influencers, stay up to date, and read blogs, study, join webinars. But also nothing really beats me just rolling up my sleeves and diving in myself. So whenever there's a new platform or a new app, I tend to sign up for it right away, play with it, keep an eye on it. I'm never going to be like, oh, this is the newest thing you have to dive into, because sometimes it's gone and then there's someone new, right? That's bright and shiny. But I'd say just staying up to date, staying educated, and not being afraid to try new things.
Awesome. Have you spent time down the rabbit hole that is AI, that didn't start 6 months ago when ChatGPT came out, but became more popular when ChatGPT went to 100 million users, in 2 months?
Yes, I love AI. I love the conversation of AI. I definitely utilize it in my business just to streamline things. My favorite debate, though, is, all the people that say AI is going to replace us. I can tell you confidently we are a far stretch from that. Maybe one day, but right now it's just a very, very useful tool, but you still need humans in there to help guide it and make sure it's being utilized properly. And it really can streamline your marketing and help give you new ideas for testing and new ways to reach your audience. So I'm a big proponent for AI, and I think it's here to stay, but not in a bad way.
Amen. I'll agree with that 100%. You are on fire, kicking butt, working with clients. Talk a little bit about, you started right during the pandemic. Talk a little bit about how you recruited, hired, trained, and manage your team now.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, but it's been awesome. Honestly, if anything, I just wish that I'd, had the confidence to start sooner, but it's going great. My husband and I work for the business full time. I've been able to build a team based off of my peers that I've worked with throughout the years. So it's not just my expertise you're working with, though I am the lead strategist. It's actually a team of experts that I've worked with throughout my whole career. And yeah, I was just able to make some connections and get some good referrals. One of my clients, for example, one of my legal clients this last year, we were able to build a case study off them, and we were able to increase their lead growth by over 4,900%, just bringing in more and more clientele for them. So that's been really, really awesome. And honestly, getting in front of people, talking to people like you, I was really, really sweet, because the big thing in our industry is there's just a lot of people that are scamming, and there's a lot of people that claim they can do something, but they don't have the work to back it up. And I was speaking to a client the other day, and he's like, yeah, I just wanted to congratulate you because I know what to look for. And I was doing searches for people with certain type of experience and professionalism. And I want you to know, Jaryn, that there are only 4 of you that exist, and you are just one of those 4. And I was like, thank you very much. It's just about getting yourself out there and showing people that there is a way to do this, but your own way. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing.
That is awesome. That segues perfectly into my next question. How are clients finding you?
Thank you. Referral based. I've obviously done some marketing for myself as well, but honestly, nothing has beat just getting out there, networking, getting in front of people. I've had clients that I've worked with in the past that have come to find me and work with me again. But yeah, if anyone wants to work with me who listens to this, you can always go to beadeviant.com. And there's actually a little form there. I call it my snapshot report, where if you're like, I don't even know like what I'd want to do and what I'd want to focus on, you can input your information right there in the report or in the form, and it'll send you a free report and just letting you know where you're being discovered online now and where the areas of opportunity are. And you can take that and run with it yourself, or you can talk to me about it.
That is awesome. You've achieved so much success, not just for your own business, but for your clients. What's your biggest challenge now?
Right now, actually, I'm in the middle of launching a new product, I would say. So I'm hoping to get it fully launched for new clients by the end of the year, but right now we're slowly rolling it out with current clients. But basically, it's a code that you can put on your website, and in about lifetime, usually it's around 5 minutes, you'll actually get an update that will tell you the name and contact info for the person that visited your site, but also their demographics, their socials. And the best thing about it too is that this is all using first-party data. It's all incorporated with that, we use cookies banner. So none of it is being used with shady practices. It's all being vetted, so it's being cleared that it's actually correct and actually useful info. And as you can imagine, that's a bit of a game changer for a lot of my clients, because now it's like, okay, you're driving traffic, but I can actually see the names of the people that have visited, and then it can connect to their email drip campaign, so then they can nurture those leads even further. So yeah, that's kind of the challenge I'm focusing on right now, is launching this product. I've been talking about it for a few months now and just slowly getting it out one by one to my clients and getting them set up and comfortable with it. But hopefully by the end of the year, I'm offering that for anyone that comes to join.
Awesome. Well, let us know. We would certainly be interested in testing that out. Your passion is obvious. What do you like best about what you're doing?
I just love helping people and educating them. Honestly, so many people think they understand the internet, and then they come in and they realize it's so huge and vast, and it gets intimidating really, really quickly. And so just even helping them with the baby steps of being like, this is a metric to be concerned about based off of your goals. This, not so much. There's so many things out there that's like, you should be posting 5 times a day, and you need to be on this platform and this platform. It's like, no, not necessarily for you. So giving them that peace of mind, educating them, showing them what's a good priority for their specific goals and what fits with them, and just seeing them get more comfortable, that's really, really fulfilling for me, because it helps empower them in a whole new way.
For sure. Well, we know your time is incredibly valuable. We greatly appreciate you spending some of it with us. For our folks watching or listening who want to learn more and want to get that analysis, where is the best place for us to send them?
Yeah, check out beadeviant.com. That's all one word. You also can find me on LinkedIn or any socials. But yeah, I'd say beadeviant.com would be the best way to find me.
That is awesome. This has been Seth Greene with Jaryn Dominique from Deviant and Deviant Digital Services. Jaryn, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much, Seth. I appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody, for watching or listening. We'll talk to you or see you next time.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.
49 faces looked to him in triumph. Over the last 12 months, they had each taken turns and promoted his business for a week at a time, driving over $987,342 in revenue. What if you had a network of 50 centers of influence who promoted your business every week for a year? Grab your copy of the #1 Amazon best-selling book, The Ultimate Guide to Growing Your Business with a Podcast, at 33% off the Amazon price by going to ultimatepodcastbook.com. Again, that website for 33% off the Amazon price is ultimatepodcastbook.com.